to Spencer FYI. I'm Amanda Gloyd.
And I'm Karen Leininger. Today's show, we preview a couple upcoming events, check out a colorful exhibit at Arts on Grand, and some updates from us here at SMU.
That's right. We're going to start the show down at the Spencer Fire Station to learn about an exciting event they have coming up on March 10th.
Nancy, tell us a little bit about the idea behind this day.
So 2 years ago, we did a law enforcement appreciation day to help raise some funds to buy some equipment that the county couldn't afford. So Paul Brenner came up with a great idea to do something for firefighters, and that's exactly what we're going to do. 8 different service groups in Clay County are coming together to help raise money. We're hoping to raise between $20,000 and $30,000. We're halfway there already to pay for movable props inside the new fire training facility that is really going to help all the firefighters in northwest Iowa. So we're really excited about that. It's March 10th from 11 to 2. You come in. It's a free will offering. You can have a burger or pork burger. We're going to have chips and pop and coffee and cookies, and the firefighters are going to be there with equipment. You can adopt an axe if you want for $225. The firefighters are going to be there. You can shake the hands of the firefighters. I think this is just not only a good way to raise money, but to thank all of the men and women who volunteer and put their lives in at risk every single day. So I'm really excited that Rotary is part of this, and all the Kiwanis clubs and the Lions clubs in the region.
All right, great. And we talked a little bit about the Adopt a Axe. Do you want to talk a little bit about what the Adopt a Axe program is?
The Adopt an Axe program is that let's say if you're living in Webb or if you're in another community and you feel that you'd like to help your community fire department adopt an axe, you're going to be purchasing an axe for that fire department, and that's where your donation will be going.
We already have 3 adopted so far.
All right, great. So is there any is there any kind of for that Adopt an Axe, is there going to be like a plaque or anything like that, or is it just the axe?
Right now we're looking at just the axe, and then it's the idea of the people as well, and just remember, I mean, your neighbor's a firefighter, and it's the idea of neighbors helping neighbors, other people helping others, and that's what this event is really all about. It's helping build and develop a complex where people that want to help others are truly getting trained better to help more even.
Let's turn over here to Everly real quick, and why do you feel that this is such an important day here?
Just kind of like what John says, people don't know exactly who is a member of a department in the county. So this way they get to see, especially from town to town, we do a lot of mutual aid, and people don't know who we are from a different town. So we do a lot with Spencer, and we come over here and people don't know that. So this way they get to expand themselves out in the county. So it's a good thing. Really going to enjoy it, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good day. So,
how many firefighters do you expect might be there that day?
Well, if everybody shows up, we could have probably close to 100. So between the 3 or 4 hours that we're there, so I think people are going to come and go. So I'm hoping most everybody from each department shows up for it. So that way we can have a good turnout, and plus with everybody else coming, it'd be a really good turnout. So
we have a couple other things to look forward to for the children as well. With Scott Simpson, most children, as supplies are available, will be getting a fire helmet. We're going to be having a children's dress-out station where there's actual gear that's based on a children's size, not an oversized set. So that'll be something. We're going to be doing a confidence course that anybody that wants to try going through some of the trainings that firemen go through, that we're going to have some props for them to crawl through. We're also going to try and provide an antique truck out there, and then we're going to have a couple of physical skills sets also for people to go ahead once their meal is digested, or else to get a bigger appetite first and then go ahead and give it a go. And every fire department will be accepting applications for membership, no matter what community you're from. Stop by and talk with them and realize what a great fraternity this is,
And Karen, we couldn't do this without great sponsors. As Chief mentioned, Scott Simpson with Community Insurance, Hy-Vee and Fairway and Northern Lights, again, all the service clubs, the cattlemen's, the pork producers. We are getting everything donated so that we can make money with this to be able to buy those movable props inside the tower.
All right, so what's the day and time again?
March 10th, it's out at the Clay County Regional Event Center, and they're letting us do it out there for free. We'll be serving from 11 to 2, so please come by, bring the whole family. You'll get to see so many things, have a good meal, and, thank a firefighter.
Anything else anybody wants to add?
No, I mean, the one thing is it's a good thing. We've always had support through the whole county between the Lions. Spencer's got more deals, but all the other little towns, without the support, we couldn't do what we do. We couldn't get the training. We couldn't do the things that keep us well advanced. And to buy the equipment. That's the biggest thing, is the equipment that we need to buy. It's so expensive. So something like this is going to help us out a lot. A lot of people don't understand, like with the facility that we're doing here, we have to travel. So now we can go 20 minutes and spend 2 hours, 3 hours or whatever, and be back home. I can send half my department over where I still can cover my district. And then another night I can send the other half. So it's a good thing for the whole county and the surrounding counties. It'll be the good thing. So because otherwise we got to travel 2-3 hours to get decent training to something like this. So it's going to be a good thing for this county.
God forbid, if your house is ever on fire, you want your firefighters to be trained, right? You want them to be trained. So this is perfect.
And again, I mean, just to piggyback off of Brian, and for all of you out there, what a giving community, what a giving county we live in. All these organizations. I mean, I have not grown up here, so to come into a community that is so welcoming, whether it be Kiwanis, whether it be Rotary, whether it be Lions, I've had the opportunity to speak with different communities, and it's grassroots want to help, and it's really true, and it's almost like we're saying thank you back. Tenfold. You give us a nickel, we're going to make it with a nickel. You give us $1, we're going to make it with $1. But it's time spent, and your effort, it goes a long way. So I can only say thank you. Can't wait to see everybody out there.
And we're excited to be part of the Clay County Firefighter Appreciation Day by supplying our SMU water trailer for the event.
Stay tuned. We will have more with Clay County firefighters after the break.
From deep within the jungle comes Dora's cousin, Diego. From Nickelodeon's Go, Diego, Go! Now you can meet Diego in real life. Bring your family, have your picture taken, or share your best animal sound. It's Diego the brave adventurer who rescues animals. And he wants to meet you.
Free admission at Family Fest, Saturday, March 2nd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. See Diego in 20-minute intervals beginning at the half hour. See you there.
Welcome back. You may have heard, or maybe you've even seen the construction happening east of town, but the City of Spencer is putting up the Northwest Iowa Public Safety Training Center, and the funds raised at the Appreciation Day will go for equipment and supplies for that center.
Clay County firefighters are excited about this new training facility and share those thoughts with us.
So Todd, you're Assistant Chief, Dickens Fire and Rescue. So tell me a little bit about the makeup of your fire station over there in Dickens.
Over there in Dickens, we have about 12 volunteers that make up the Dickens Fire and Rescue. We're always in the need and looking for more volunteers. As we continue on, all the area fire departments are being shorthanded.
Fireman Appreciation Day coming up here on March 10th. What's the importance of that day?
That's very important for a new training facility that we're going to have out here on the east side of town. With that training facility, we'll be able to have all the area fire and rescue agencies to come over and train so we can work together since we are shorthanded. And not only that, but it'll also be used for our local law enforcement agencies so we can train together in certain situations.
What kind of training are you looking at doing there?
There'll be multiple things that we can do. We can do rope rescue, rappelling, grain bin rescue, searches in buildings.
How many volunteers do you think you feel like you need there at Dickens?
We'd like to see about 18 volunteers because you never know who's going to be working, who's out of town. So, and with all the sports that are going on nowadays with all the kids and stuff like that, it'd be real important to have that many volunteers. The first Wednesday of every month, we have a business meeting, and that's the time that you'd be able to come and tell us about yourself and fill out an application.
All right. Anything else you want to add about the fire department there at Dickens?
We'd love to have more volunteers out there, and we're looking forward to have our new training tower.
So, Kim, you're at Fostoria. So tell me a little bit about the fire department there in Fostoria.
Well, we've got a real small town up there, and so it's really hard to get volunteers, but we're pretty lucky. We have 17 volunteers for fire and rescue. Some of them are fire and EMTs, some just EMTs, some just fire, whatever they kind of want to go to.
So what kind of training do you require for your department?
We have training on Thursday nights. We'll train two Thursdays a month with a business meeting on one. And I require them to be there to as many as they can be. We've got Firefighter 1 classes that they go through. And if you choose to be an EMT, then we'll send you through EMT, and we will pay for that.
We have this Fireman Appreciation Dinner coming up here on the 10th, which is going to bring some funds in for the fire training tower or building that you're going to have. How else do you guys get some funds?
Some of it, of course, is taxpayers' money. We get it and talk to our trustees, our city councils. But another one we do is our local pancake breakfast. A lot of the departments have them, different ones. In fact, Fostoria, we've got our next one coming up March 17th. I believe Dickens has one on the first Sunday of the month, and all the other towns do them on different Sundays. So,
the Regional Fire Training Center that's going to be here in Spencer, how important is that going to be for your department?
Oh, that's going to be huge for us. The nice thing about it, having it close in Clay County, we don't have to get out of our territory too much. We can practice here. Used to be we'd have to go over to Emmitsburg, and it just wasn't practical for us to take. We couldn't take our whole department over. This will be close enough we can do that, work with other people, whatever the case might be, whatever we want to practice. It's going to be a very versatile building site.
So what do you see as far as practice training that you're going to get out of that building? What kind of specific things are you looking at? Okay,
a lot of it going to be fire. That'll be a big part of it. It's going to be a couple stories so we can get used to taking hoses up and down. There's going to be a grain bin out there where we can, practice grain bin rescue. I think all the departments now have rescue tubes for that. And as we grow, there's going to be more things added to the site.
All right. You mentioned volunteers, and they're very important. What's your need, and if people are interested, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, as you probably can figure out, it's an aging thing. All of us on the departments are getting older. It's really great to get some young ones in. And if you're in the Fostoria area, north of Spencer, whatever, I'd sure like to talk to you. And they can get a hold of me. My number's 712-260-4117.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your fire department there in Peterson.
Well, we are a 18-member fire department. Pretty good for a town that small. So full of volunteers, strictly volunteers, and good turnout for, like I said, for such a small town.
Are you always in the need for volunteers?
Oh yes, never can have too many. I guess I can say that. So if you're available, come join.
If somebody's interested, how could they get a hold of you?
Come down to our fire station. We have meetings twice a month, first Thursday and third Wednesday. We're always down there at 7 o'clock. Stop in, come see us.
So the March 10th is a appreciation and kind of a fundraiser for the training center that's going to be coming up here in Spencer. How do you see that helping your fire department?
Well, in such a small department, we don't really have the assets or a lot of the materials some of the bigger fire departments have. So it puts a good use for us to send guys up and utilize that kind of stuff. Something that we don't, especially us, we don't get as many calls as Spencer does. So we don't get the training they get. So for a small town department to be able to come up and utilize, it'll be great.
So Denny, tell me a little bit about your role here at the Spencer Fire Department.
Well, Karen, I'm one of the training officer at Spencer Fire Department. Been doing that for a long time, actually, since one of my predecessors retired. 2002 or so, John Mills used to do it, and I took over that role. So long story short, I inherited it, but always loved training and further the training. Also a member of the Fire Service Training Bureau staff, so I'm able to go out to other departments and train them for the training bureaus. So bring the training that they might not receive otherwise without somebody like that in the area.
So what kind of training is it that is needed for the fire department?
So one of the big things that we do all the time is we run a Firefighter 1 class every year, start in November, and it'll end in April. The kids will have gone through about 130 hours of class and hands-on skills. So they really, matter of fact, the class that's going on now, they'll test April 8th of this year at the fire department, and then the following Saturday. They'll test on a Monday, the written skills, and then or the written test, and then the skills portion they will do on Saturday, the following Saturday, which consists of everything from tying knots to putting on their SCBAs to rolling a hose to climbing ladders, all those important things that a firefighter should know.
So how is this training center going to help you?
Oh, it's really going to enhance the whole northwest part of Iowa here. As far as I'm concerned, we try to work closely with Iowa Lakes Community College over there and Northwest Community College over in Sheldon. So we're always reaching out and bringing more to our area of the state. People donate this money, whether it's pancake feed or a mailing. They expect they're getting something for their money that they're putting out. And if I give money to somebody, I expect something to utilize in a positive way. So this will enhance everybody's skills. It'll be a win-win for, not only Clay County, but the whole northwest section of Iowa here, that we have something like this so close by and readily staffed too and abled. So it'll be a win-win for everybody. It really will.
So March 10th out at the event center, you guys are all going to be out there. What can folks see out there?
Hopefully they'll see a lot of people. But they'll have a meal. I think it's 11 to 2, I believe, are the hours. So all the area fire departments representatives will be there and meet and greet and shake hands and appreciate everybody that does donate to our causes like this. As we know, it's everybody's got disposable income they want to dispose of, and hopefully they'll dispose of it our way. So we appreciate it. We really do.
So Tammy, you are EMS coordinator here in Clay County. So talk a little bit about how you see this Regional Fire Training Center being being a good asset to our county.
Well, it's very important for our firemen to stay trained, and with EMS, a lot of the firemen, even if they're not an EMT, they drive for us. They are CPR qualified. We go along with them to fires to do fire rehab, and so we're always working hand in hand with the firemen, and I think it's important not only for EMS responders to stay trained, but our firemen to stay trained also.
So do you help with any of the training that goes in with the EMS, or do you just kind of set that up for folks?
I am strictly the coordinator, so I just set the training up. I am not a trainer, and but I coordinate all of their activities, all of their grants. I am the secretary to the fire chiefs, kind of organize their quarterly meetings that they have and do their minutes and that kind of thing.
All right. So if there are folks that are interested in volunteering, can they contact you, or should they just contact you to the fire department separately?
No, absolutely they can contact me, and I'll get them in touch with the right person.
So if you're interested in becoming a volunteer, either contact Tammy, the fire department in your area, or stop out at the Clay County Event Center on March 10th and find out how you can get involved.
That definitely sounds like a fun afternoon.